Happening now at 6. Much of central New York under a flood watch. A live look at the Seneca River in Baldwinsville. Why neighbors say this is the worst water level they've seen in years.
A Camillus man under arrest, accused of following and harassing teenage girls on their way to school. We'll have more on some of the disturbing comments he made and why this family says they don't understand why he did it.
Plus, unused equipment sits on the shelves at the Syracuse Police Department. What's the holdup with getting the new body cameras out the door?
The 2016 Edward R. Murrow Award winner for overall excellence in news. You're watching NBC3 News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Matt Mulcahy.
And I'm Megan Coleman. We have extensive live team weather coverage for you tonight as flooding concerns continue across central New York. People
in Oneida County are taking precautions with heavy rain continuing tonight as Governor Cuomo actually sent an additional 20,000 sandbags there.
We're keeping track of all of it for you. Some neighbors in Baldwinsville right here, they are watching those water levels closely as they've been rising a bit higher than in previous years.
And you can see on triple Doppler radar that another round of heavy rain is already into the region as we speak.
Let's get straight to our Weather Authority Chief Meteorologist Wayne Mahar. He's in our Weather Center tonight. Wayne?
And Megan, Matt, yes, we are in weather alert mode. You can see the walls are red. That means we have concerns. We certainly have concerns, continuing concerns about more flooding issues, at least for the next 2 to 3 days. Here's a look at what's going on. First of all the counties in green here, that'll be an area-wide flood watch that continues in effect right on through Saturday. We're watching things area-wide. Meanwhile, localized flood warning, Shenango River down in Sherman, that should peak at the upper end of minor flooding, near moderate flooding on Saturday. And Mohawk River, Delta Dam area, northern parts of Oneida County, flood warning there as well. Live triple Doppler radar brought to you by Mercedes-Benz of Syracuse. Area-wide rain right now. Southeast of Syracuse, some of that yellow, orange, that's heavier rain. So it's going to be wet, certainly, for the evening, tapering off later on tonight. Tomorrow, some rain, maybe mixing with a little wet snow over the higher elevations, temperature in the upper 30s. Here's a look outside. Stanley Law Sky Watch overlooking the city with a Stanley Law camera with a steady rain falling. I'll be back to tell you when things are going to improve coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you. And all eyes are on Oneida County right now where a flood watch is up.
And now the state is sending in sandbags and other equipment to places like Barneville to prevent any potential flooding. We continue our team coverage tonight with Kelly Curtin live from Oneida County where they are getting those sandbags ready just in case. Kelly?
Now, Oneida County DPW crews are working hard to fill thousands of sandbags and getting them ready to get them deployed to areas around Oneida and Herkimer County if the rivers overflow from heavy rains that are heading this way. 20,000 sandbags and a sandbagging machine was delivered here last night as a precaution against the flooding. DPW is keeping a close eye on the Mohawk River and the Delta Dam, along with some creeks like Oneida and Oriskany. They say once they get the green light to deploy the bags, they have to move fast to protect homes and block off roadways.
We're there to, keep roadways open or protect infrastructure or even homes if possible. The problem that we have is there's not enough sandbags or enough people to deploy them. So we have to look at critical infrastructure that if it needs protection, we go that way.
Right now I'm helping him out, filling this sandbag right now. He's going to press on this pedal and it gets this sand to fill in the bag about halfway. It's going to be pretty heavy. Help you out over here. Now he's going to tie this up and they're constantly going to be filling these bags and they will have a conference call with the National Weather Service at 10 o'clock tonight to see if they are going to have to deploy these bags. For now, reporting live in Oneida County, I'm Kelly Curtin.
Well, fingers crossed it won't be bad enough that they're going to need them. Thank you, Kelly.
Flooding concerns continue, this time in Baldwinsville, where homeowners along the Seneca River are keeping a close eye on the rising waters. Let's go live to Baldwinsville now, where our Samantha German joins us live with late details. Sam?
Matt, Megan, here along the Seneca River, neighbors say they're used to all this flooding around this time of year, but this year they say it's been pretty bad because of the late snowfall that we got on top of the warm weather days that we had, creating all of that snow to melt. And of course, now the rain that's been falling all week long. Now, if you take a look behind me, you'll notice these two red chairs here. To the right of that, a dock's underneath all of this water here. You can't see it because it's completely underwater. And if you look in the middle of this river here, you'll notice trees. They're actually sitting on top of an island. That's just a good idea of how much water these neighbors here along Seneca River have seen this week alone.
Right now, neighbors along the Seneca River are concerned about erosion in the river's high levels of water. They say this is the first time in nearly 3 years the water has been this high. Neighbors say every year there is this problem of flooding along the river. They say it's a problem that can be costly.
Once the water recedes, we have to re-put gravel, dirt, etc. It actually wrecks the retaining walls on your property.
The river brings in a lot of debris, boards and people's docks. We find a lot of strange things out there. More importantly, the spikes that are on the bottom of the water chestnuts, which can do damage to people's feet and your lawnmower or your dog.
Now, neighbors say the water is starting to recede, and the process can take up to about 10 to 12 days on average. And after that, well, that's when the work begins. For now, reporting live along the Seneca River in Baldwinsville, I'm Samantha German.
There'll be a lot of work ahead. Thank you, Sam. Now, alert for you tonight out of Oneida County. Legionella has been found in the water system at St. Elizabeth's Medical Center in Utica. Mohawk Valley Health System says that minimal amounts of bacteria were found in a few of the sampled locations during routine testing. St. Elizabeth's is currently working to cleanse their water system. They'll continue to test it for bacteria. So far, no cases of Legionella have been reported.
A Syracuse woman under arrest accused in a business investment scam. She faces charges of grand larceny and forgery and is being held without bail at the Onondaga County Justice Center. State police right now are looking for anyone else who may have been a victim in the scam. We've reached out to state police to find out more information about exactly what she's accused of doing. We'll keep you posted.
A Camillus man's under arrest accused of following high school students in his car and harassing them on their way to school.
Tonight, we're getting our first look at 27-year-old Paul Baum, who investigators say told one student, quote, he was coming back for her. Tonight, police are looking for any other potential victims.
Now, this all happened just blocks away from West Genesee High School. Police say Baum was spotted over the past couple of days by Clark Lane, Robin Hood Lane, and Heather Lane. He was originally spotted in Orchard Village, not far from Camillus Park, where they have a splash pad.
Now at 6, Alex Priscilla has more from the suspect's family, who tells him they don't understand why he would allegedly do this.
Hearing about a man here in Camillus accused by police of following a group of girls and telling one of them, I'll come back for you, certainly is concerning for many West Genesee School District parents. Some are actually changing up what they're doing now, such as thinking twice before letting their children leave high school for lunch and being more aware at the bus stop. When I went to his house, his stepmother said he's a good guy and doesn't know what could have caused this. Seeing a car drive significantly under the speed limit around Camillus made an anonymous West Genesee parent nervous. She went to the school district yesterday to tell them about her suspicion. Her tip was one of 3 reported this week. Camillus police say he didn't attempt to touch any of the girls or get them into his car. And Baum only told police he was driving in the area, but nothing that could explain his behavior. Camillus police have been getting multiple calls since his arrest. And while there is only 1 victim currently, police say that number could grow as they continue with their investigation.
But at the same point, we are having people that are coming forward, and anything that is being helpful, we're obviously interviewing and talking to and trying to build our case.
It makes you trust your gut more. Trust your gut and don't let them out of your sight.
Dr. Chris Brown, superintendent of West Genesee Schools, says it's best for students to remain in pairs to avoid anything more than verbal abuse from happening, and that if you see something, say something, just like one parent in West Genesee did. For now, we're reporting here in Camillus. I'm Alex Priscilla.
Certainly made a big difference for that one parent to come forward.
Coming up on NBC3 News at 6, you paid for it, sitting on the shelves collecting dust for nearly a year. Why body cameras bought for Syracuse police still aren't being used.
And tonight on the CW6 News at 10, it's the latest growing trend that merges medicine and ancient practices. How chakra healing forces patients to look within to release stress. That's tonight on the CW6 News at 10.
You're watching NBC3 News at 6 with Matt Mulcahy, Megan Coleman, Chief Meteorologist Wayne Mahar, and Sports with Nico Tamurian.
Welcome back to NBC3 News at 6. New technology has been sitting unused on the shelves at the Syracuse Police Headquarters.
The department has 10 body cameras available, but officers still aren't using them. And the big question is why.
New at 6, Justin Page investigates why Syracuse police are having such a hard time getting a policy into place.
$59,000 worth of equipment is sitting unused at the Syracuse Police Department. Reporting in Syracuse, I'm Justin Page.
We'll keep an eye on when they actually put them into service.
We'll let you know. A local fire department, meanwhile, now has better equipment to help save your pet's life in a fire. The Auburn Fire Department received 2 pet oxygen masks. Those masks help firefighters give oxygen to resuscitate pets who are suffering from smoke inhalation. They were donated by Invisible Fence's Project Breathe program, aimed at equipping every fire station across the country with pet oxygen masks. Still to come on NBC3 News at 6, a look at live triple Doppler radar, and we are saturated. A wet evening in progress here for your Thursday. Will we see it clear out by Friday?
And tonight on NBC3 News at 11, ride-sharing services are on the cusp of coming to upstate New York. What new options being tested that aims to eliminate fears for women who ride alone? That's tonight on NBC3 News at 11. Well, as we give you some more detail on our weather alert tonight, we want to show you a live picture once again at the effort to be prepared just in case the waters really start to rise, particularly along the Mohawk River and the Mohawk River Valley. This is in Oneida County, ongoing bagging operation for sandbags that would keep water from getting into property, people's homes. This is kind of a just-in-case operation right now.
They have been seeing some concerns about rising water levels in Baldwinsville. Take a look at some neighbors' yards, a bit flooded right now from the Seneca River. We are keeping a close eye on all of it for you to see if the rain will continue throughout the night and into tomorrow.
And Wayne, one principle that's important to talk about is you've been telling us over these last couple weeks of rainy weather that it rains, say, on Thursday, Friday, but that water takes time to get through the whole system, so you're talking a couple more days before you really see how high rivers may crest.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you have that runoff. That'll take another 24, 48 hours to, it means that's going to take that extra. Overlooking the city with a Stanley Law camera, we have a steady rain falling. That's the latest from the weather outside.
Up next in sports, it's official. Syracuse basketball has hired an old face as the new assistant coach.
Sports director Nico Taburian with new details from SU when we come back.
And now, NBC3 Sports, brought to you by Karuba Collision.
It's official. Alan Griffin is coming back to the Cuse. Good evening. I'm Nico Tamurian. Syracuse University making it official. The announcement 4 days after CBS Sports first reported on it. Now, on Sunday, our sources told us the deal wasn't done quite yet with Alan Griffin and SU, but both sides were working hard to make it happen, and that's exactly how it went from probable to official this afternoon. So try to get out there and see him this weekend.
All right.
Fun.
But Wayne did ride Mother Nature, and we've got the 70s for next week.
There you go. Next week.
As soon as the Chiefs head out of town.
Thank you, Wayne. Good night, everybody.
We'll see you tonight at 11.